Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another BJ&Co How to Play board game video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Qwirkle for you guys. This is a wonderful little tile placement game that is for 2 to 4 players and takes about anywhere from half an hour to an hour to play. It was designed by Susan McKinley Ross and put out by MindWare. If you guys have been finding these how to play board game videos helpful, we'd very much appreciate a like down below. And if you want to see more of them, don't forget you can subscribe to the channel down below for updates when all of our new content goes live. But let's get right onto this game and play with all these wonderful tiles. So in Qwirkle, you're trying to obtain the highest score by laying down your different tiles in lines. There are a total of 36 different tiles in the game, and that is 6 different shapes that are available and 6 different colors. There are 3 of each specific type of tile in for 108 tiles total. So this is showing you every possible tile that's available and how it lines up. The general rules for placement are that a line must be either all the same color or all the same shape. You're not able to put, say, a different color in this line, right? Because that mixes everything up, right? I also couldn't put this shape in a line with these shapes. That doesn't follow the placement rules. The other rule is that you cannot have duplicates in a line. So we already have this 4-sided star of orange. So even though this is still orange, there's a duplicate, so this is no go. So the longest line that you'll ever make is 6 in a row. Other than that, it's just placing. So, this here would be a fine placement. We've got yellow and yellow, and the colors are the same. That works perfectly, even though the shapes are different. We could put this square here because the shapes are the same, even though the colors are different. We couldn't do this, however, because the colors are different and the shapes are different. So one of the two must always be matching with what you are connecting to. So now let's get on into actually playing the game. The first thing that you'll want to do, dig into this wonderful bag of tiles here, and each player will pull out 6 tiles for their hand. Keep this hidden from the other players. This is yours. You don't have to show it with anybody. We've got it visible so that we can do some good comparisons for the starting game. To decide who's going to go first, players will look at their hands and try to figure out what the longest single line is they can make of either any one color or any one shape. So this hand here could make a line of 2 of yellow, or a line of 2 of squares. Everything else is just a single line of 1. For this hand over here, we could do a line of 2 for the 4-sided stars, or a line of 4 for all the blue different shapes. So this player would end up going first. Play will then continue on in a clockwise direction from there. In the event where both players have the same length of line they can lay, the oldest player will go first. So the player going first will lay out that longest line that they can place. On everybody else's turn then, there's basically 2 things that you can do on a turn. The first is you can add tiles to the board that's already existing. That can be done by taking 1 or more tiles that are either all the same shape or all the same color and adding them to what exists. So we could take, say, this blue and stick it onto the end here. That will score some points, which we'll go over in a second. You can also take tiles, again, as long as they are matching in color or shape, and add them as a line. So we could add this on a line here, because it's still all the shape this way. We can also split it as long as it is all in one continuous line. So we could add them this direction. Even though it's 1 on either side, we could also add it in this direction here too. We could also, interestingly enough, add it this way, because we are adding it all in a line and the matching is correct in this direction, and we don't break any rules by placing it in here. The other thing you can do on your turn is trade in some of your tiles if you really don't like them and want to try to get some other ones. You do that by taking the couple of tiles you want to get rid of, set them aside, pull our bag out, grab your 2 new tiles, and then taking the old tiles and putting them back in the bag. How do you score points? Points are scored based on the number of tiles in each line that you play. So very simple and easy. When this player on your left played this first line, they score 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very simple and easy. If then the next player plays down this tile, not breaking any rules because it's a different shape from the line, they would score 5 points because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it includes the entire line that they're adding on to. If, let's say, they played the yellow one down, they would score 1, 2. If they played both these tiles together, they would score 1, 2, 3, because the only line they're working on here is this way. And now getting into the more complex scoring, if you do lines that are adding to 2 lines here, it counts both of them. So you can see here we're adding in this direction here horizontally for you, as well as a line that's vertical here. So this would score 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got to score each line independently. The interesting scoring and what comes about from the name of the game, Qwirkle, is you Qwirkle when you make a line of either 6 in a row, all the same color but different shapes, or 6 in a row, all the same shapes but different color. So if we had these 2 tiles here and played them on the end, we get the special Qwirkle, which is a bonus 6 points. So you'd score your line first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then another 6 bonus points. So that play would be worth 12 points. Scoring can get very interesting when you start to get into places where you're playing on multiple lines. So a good example of that would be right in here. If we were able to get the orange square and it plays in here, again we would score the 1, 2 for this direction, 1, 2, 3, 4 for this direction, for a total of 6 points. We can also double Qwirkle things. So here we've got 5. We're just missing the 4-sided of both. If we were to play this, we'd be scoring 3 lines total. We get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for this, and then the Qwirkle, which is another 6, so 12 points for that line. The same for this line, the 6 plus the Qwirkle bonus is another 12, so we're at 24, and then 25 and 26 because you've got a line running this direction as well. The winner is the player that has the highest point value once every single tile has been laid. There is a way to get 6 additional points, and that is by being the player that gets rid of all their tiles first. So once there's nothing left in the bag to draw, you've got your 6 tiles left. If you can play them and be the first one to have them all played and empty hand, you get a 6 additional points. So seeing as you're gaining points on every single turn as things go around, or almost every single turn if you're trading some things in, plus the extra bonus points at the end, you want to make sure you got some pen and paper to keep track throughout. A nice tally system works great. So that's everything you need to know in order to play Qwirkle. If you guys found this helpful, we would greatly appreciate a like down below. And if you want to see more of these how to play board game videos, as well as the other content we put out for the channel, you can always sub down just underneath the video there. If there's games that you would like to see in the future, throw them down in the comments below. I've got a whole bunch of games that I'd like to put videos out for this, but if there's ones that you'd like to have rules for, I mean, we like to make what the community likes to see. So thank you guys very much for watching. We always appreciate having you here, and we hope to see you in the next one. Bye!